Okay. So if you're listening in, I hope you're having a good day. I am working on a commission for Yangwolfsw, and it should be a good one. I'm really excited for this one. Hi, Mint Poppy. I hope you're having a good day. I ended up not streaming yesterday because I was very tired. I couldn't fall asleep Sunday night very well, and it made for a lazy Monday, which was probably what I needed. But yeah, I'm back on track today. Oh, I'm glad to hear you're well. My day is good. Oh, yesterday was a holiday? Yes. Lazy days are good days. Oh, well, that's good. I feel like sometimes your body is just like, no, you need to take a break. And we don't get too much say on that. So this design today is actually a normal canine. They're not one of my species. So it's a little bit refreshing. It's always fun getting to see how other designs turn out in my style. Oh, thank you, Mint. Yang, I hope I'm off to a good start with Kiera. Is it Kiera or Kiera? By the way, I decided to try and get fancy and actually learn some of the Twitch stuff. So look at this, look. Stream starting soon. Be right back. And I believe, I don't know if you all can see it, but I also have the chat on my Twitch Studio thing. I switched from OBS to Twitch Studio to see. I know I'm making strides. The next thing I want to do is start adding emotes, but that might take me a little bit. And eventually I will find the strength to webcam, hopefully. But we'll see. But I just thought I'd show you that. Oh, it's so cute. Yay, I'm so glad it's working. I was kind of nervous. It's like, oh, I hope everything's like caught on the screen correctly, and awesome, awesome. And we want to make it so Kiera's right side is showing, but still head on so we can see the difference in the ears and facial scars. Let me see. Oh, I'm so glad you love it. Also, I love her song, the Demon Slayer opening. It's perfect. Okay, so she's heavily furred, but still nice and lithe. All right. Oh. Oh, that's awesome, Mint. Yeah, the last thing I watched was the movie in theaters, and I cried. It was pretty good. But that was last year. Ooh, really? There's another one. I just remember the first one. Well, I don't want to give any spoilers. But it was good. Ooh. You've seen clips, but they were sneak peeks. Nice. Oh, that's so cool. You're gonna go see it? It's a pretty good anime. Like, I love the art style of it too. Some of it was a little heavy for me, honestly. Um, my husband got me into it last year, the year before, I think. Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence. Like some of the heavy stuff I appreciate cuz it does make you think, and some of the, heavier stuff has such a good story. But a lot of times like when I'm relaxing, it's just like I really don't want a super sad emotional moment that's going to make me cry. Whereas Solo, my husband, he's all for the emotion. He likes he likes that kind of stuff when it comes to shows. Yeah. Like sometimes I'm in the mood for it, and then other times I'm like, I want to watch something where like the worst thing that can happen is like their acorn gets stolen, or so, something silly. See, like one of my guilty pleasures for like if I'm not feeling good and I just want to watch something fun is Hamtaro. I love Hamtaro. And I didn't realize it until now, but in Hamtaro, the girl, oh, what is her name? The one that owns Hamtaro. Her voice actor is the same as Kagome, and Hamtaro's voice actor is the same as Shippo. So it's like it's like Shippo and Kagome just in the future, right? Yeah, it's pretty cute. Not gonna lie, it's a good guilty pleasure show. Like the worst that happens is like, oh no, his he has lost his sunflower seed. Like, oh no, let's go find the sunflower seed. Like there's no real danger, and it's like, oh, I wish I just could exist in a world like that. you know, sometimes anyway. Some days I have issues drawing muzzles, and today is one of those days. But we will get it correct. Demon King Yuri. I've not seen that one. That's it sounds good. Kyo Karamoa. Yeah, I've not seen it. I think I've heard of it though, but I've not seen it. Now, one of my favorite animes is Samurai Champloo, and it has like some blood and gore, but not. I wouldn't say not a lot. Like it has some because there's sword fighting, but I love Samurai Champloo. Samurai Champloo, Inuyasha, Hamtaro, you know. Like they're all the same, no. I'm kidding. But yeah, I loved that show. Oh yeah, like in my opinion, it's a really good show. The first couple episodes, it's not as deep as you think it would be, and as it progresses, there's a really good story throughout, at least in my opinion. Like it's not just sword fighting; it's a lot more deep than that. Also, if you hear any background noise, that is my gerbils digging to China again. I try and give them material to shred every morning. And for some reason, one of them always likes to wait until I'm streaming. It's like he knows. They're hard at work. Fluffy Kiera. Ooh, that's a good idea. Just have them on my gerbils. Well, I have 4 different tanks. So maybe I would like switch between them or something. Yeah, I posted in Discord server about it a little while ago, but I have a litter of gerbils right now, and they're pretty cute. Their eyes are expected to open, I would say, in the next 48 to 36 hours, but they're already they're running around the aquarium completely blind, but still capable of navigating just with their nose. They definitely are. I'm amazed at how fast they grow, and just like what they're capable of. It's like, man, if I was gosh, not even 3 weeks old and blind and still figuring out the world I just entered, I don't think I could just navigate it with my nose. But that's just me. I would run into things too. Although, to be fair, like when I refill their water bottle, or they have like a water dish, because they'll chew on plastic water bottles. And anyway, when I refill their dish, I do it every day in the morning. Like they'll run and they'll like run straight into the water dish, and it's like, no, what are you doing? Like, like that's what I'm refilling. Like I know you're trying to escape, but you're trying to get away because you sense me, but you're running the wrong way. You gotta love long fur. You like to imagine her smaller than her peers but fluffy. Well, we can certainly try and achieve that. I like to flip my image around quite frequently because I feel like when I do it, I will catch things that look weird the other direction. So that's why I tend to do that. I had somebody ask about that the other day. It's like, why do you flip it around so much? Well, that's why. So it may look silly, but it helps. Some days it don't feel like it, Yang. Some days it doesn't feel like I know what I'm doing. But I appreciate it. I think that was what was throwing me off, was she needed to have a little bit smaller eye set. I made her bug-eyed. There we go. And I know one of her ears is going to be scarred. If I read, let me see. She has a torn ear and scar. So, whoop. I'm going to save this really quick so I don't lose it. Okay, yeah, it's pretty much cut off. I'm just following your image. She's got 2 scars here on the bridge of her nose. Looks like. She's got some furrowed brows. Looks like a cross here. I think I'm going to move that a little closer to her eye. Yeah, that would make sense. Nuka was going for her eye and missed. Getting her ear inside of the face instead. Man, he is going rough. Tore her ear off. That ain't nice. That's such a cool backstory, by the way. I love how you've developed your characters so far. So cool. Yeah, you're welcome. Trying to make it look thin but fluffy. I think we're achieving it. Oh, I'm glad you do. If there's anything you want changed along the way, just let me know and we can totally change it and work with it. And she had a long wavy tail. Maybe we can add some waves here to her fur pattern. You gotta have a nice long tail. While Kiera's family views her scars as being a strong fighter and survivor, she views her scars as punishment for past mistakes. Ooh, that's really cool. Oh, she could easily beat him, but her feelings get in the way. Yeah, that sounds like a good story. Like a good, well thought out backstory, and I really appreciate it. Because emotions have a lot of power over what we're able to achieve. And that's a really good example of it. Oh, and I'm so glad you like the tail. I tried to add a little bit of her waviness to it. This is with her right side showing. Hi, Lucina. And thank you. This is Yang's beautiful character, Kiera. Poor pup has been through a lot. That's right. Okay. So this is the pendant necklace. Oh, you promised she gets her happiness. Good. Lotus flowers are so beautiful. Let me see if I can actually draw a lotus flower. Lucina, I'm well. Yang, I'm going to send you this sketch. That way you can get a closer look and let me know if you want anything changed or edited. I'll send it over Discord. If you hear any bird noises, that is my falcon. His perch is right next to my desk, and he's in breeding mode right now. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that, Lucina. Hopefully, time will be on your side and it'll subside soon. Yang, is this expression a little better? Hopefully. Just a little more, simple. Neutral. Awesome, awesome. Alright, are you ready for me to get started on some color with her? Oh, bad popcorn chicken. You know, the first time I ever had popcorn chicken, I also got sick. And I can't eat popcorn chicken to this day. Like, even though it's just cut up chicken strips, right? In my brain, it's just like, that's what make you sick. I'm the same way also with Belgian waffles. I got sick on Belgian waffles once in my life, and I can't eat it anymore. I like regular waffles, but Belgian waffles are off limits in my head. Yeah, of course. I figure I'd double check with all the scars and stuff once we got her color in. But yeah. Let me see. Ooh. Oh, yes. Okay. I totally missed that. I am sorry. So something like that. Could even have it kind of wrapping around. Awesome. And of course her right side will show that scarring. Awesome. Alright, I'll get started on some color. And we'll go from there. Now, if you're watching me and you haven't watched me in a while, I always start with a neutral blue. Almost always start with a neutral blue when I start fur, even though this will end up being glowing white and beautiful. It's just easier to establish the fur depth with a neutral blue. So if it looks weird, I apologize. That's just part of the process. I'm glad you do, Yang. I'm also super honored that you trust me with her design. It's always really fun getting to interpret people's designs like this, especially when they're not like a cool dog or one of my own species. So I appreciate it. Oh, well, thank you. Some days I'm still like, how do I draw a muzzle? How do I draw a claw? I don't remember. But if I finish this early today, I was thinking I might try and work on another design, but I'm not sure what I want to do. Tomorrow I'll be working on the tarot card set, and I think that'll probably take me 2 days because it is going to be 22 designs. But yeah, I don't know. If I have a little time today, I might try and sneak another auction in. We'll see. It is so nice outside here today. It is 50s and 60s, and yesterday was also in the 60s. So I have my windows open, fresh air coming in. We got thunderstorms tomorrow in 70s. And I'm like, it's not even March yet. Like, aw. Well, thank you, Yang. I appreciate that. It's an honor. Yes, Mint. I'm so excited. I'm actually working on cleaning up our back porch to be a better workspace so I can get my my plants started for the garden. Hopefully in the next few weeks. I'm kind of weird because with my garden, I don't ever do lettuce because I don't like how gritty it tastes. Like, even I can wash it like 5 times and there will still be like dirt and grit on it. And I can't compete with the quality of lettuce at the store that I go to. But a lot of people are starting to put in their in their lettuce now. Me too, Yang. I love gardening. I grew up canning. I grew up gardening, growing crops, farm life. I grew up in dairy country, and there's just something special about it. And this time of year always gets me excited. Like, I just noticed when I went to feed the hawk this morning, outside, there is brand new, beautiful, fresh green grass coming up. And it's like, yep, spring is coming. I can't wait. And our Easter lilies are coming up, our Easter daisies. And they usually come up at the end of winter like this. And our Easter lilies are coming up, our Easter daisies. So ooh, we're starting to get somewhere with her fur. Oh, yeah, you enjoy weeding? I don't know. Like, I like taking care of the plants, but weeding is my least favorite part, especially when we get it's like this onion grass, and it's some type of like long grass that we get, and it's just the hardest thing to pull out of the garden bed. But other than that, like, I don't mind weeding, but weeding that stuff's just ugh. But there is something like therapeutic about like being on your knees and like just breathing in the dirt and getting your hands dirty, and it's nice. And like there's nothing like standing in the middle of July and like biting into a fresh tomato that's still warm from the sun and knowing that you made it. Yes, I'm the same way, Mint Poppy. It's good for the soul. I like growing up, I would pick our peas, and like it'd be so hard to just not eat them as I as I picked them because they were so good. It's like, oh, we need a bowl of peas for tonight. Like, let me go pick double and just eat half along the way. Like cucumbers always do really well here. I'm in the Midwest. I'm in Missouri, and they always do really well. Tomatoes always do really well. I started a patch of asparagus last year, and it's supposed to come up this year. Like, it wasn't supposed to produce anything last year, and I'm really hopeful that it'll produce for us this year. So yes, eating those tomatoes like an apple. Oh, I love it. To me, it tastes so much better than store-bought too. We have really rich dirt here, and you can almost taste the difference between where people have raised their tomatoes. Like if it's a real rich deposited soil or not. Same with strawberries. My dad kept strawberries when we were growing up, and he would like insulate them with hay, and he treated them real nice. And like we always had a very small amount that we produced because we didn't have very many plants. But man, when they would be picked, they were like unlike anything else. Like, it was so delicious. My dad also picks wild blackberries, and that is some of the best fruit I've ever tasted. I know, I hear you, buddy. I would help my dad, but I'm actually highly allergic to poison ivy, and a lot of the places that the thickets of blackberry are is right along with poison ivy, so I can't help him pick, but he would always give me some, and they would be so good. And growing up, they used to make homemade wine and stuff off the blackberries and cherries and stuff that we picked. Poison ivy doesn't bother you? That's awesome. Poison ivy bothers me. I can look at poison ivy along a fence and I'll get it. I don't even have to touch it. Ooh, that sounds good, Yang. The jam. We, growing up, we had a dwarf cherry tree in our backyard. And my neighbors, they had cherry trees, and my grandma down the road had cherry trees. And every spring when they would come into season, we'd go around and pick all the cherries. And we'd make pies and cobblers and jam and jelly, homemade wine. And now, I don't think any of those trees exist anymore. One was hurt by lightning, and I think that tree died. Ours died. The neighbors all died. It was a good time growing up, though. Eventually, I would love to get another cherry tree someday. There's something so special about just harvesting your own food like that. Knowing where it comes from. Knowing that's good for you. Now, something I would like to learn more about is mushroom hunting. I think that'd be so cool. I've done it a little bit. Like, I can tell you what a chicken in the woods is and stuff, but when it comes to like the morels, I'm not as good. I always need somebody with me for that kind of stuff. But when I lived in St. Louis, one of my colleagues was really gifted with mushroom hunting skills. So when we do our research out in the forest, she would always bring a bag to collect the mushrooms, and oftentimes we'd come back with a couple pounds of mushrooms to cook up and eat. And it was always so nice. I just don't have the confidence to be like, yeah, that's gonna kill me and that's not gonna kill me, you know. Because Missouri has some mushrooms that look very similar to morels. I think it's called like false morels. And it's like if you're not careful, like you can kick the bucket accidentally eating it. But oh yeah. Yeah, I wish I knew my identification skills a little better. Like I said, I can tell you what a hen in the woods is and stuff like that, but when it comes to the little stuff, the morels, I'm just not confident yet. Oh, yeah, that would make sense. See, and like some of them I'm told like they don't necessarily hurt you, but you know, you'd go on a trip if you ate them, basically, but I don't, like I said, I just don't know enough to have that kind of confidence to harvest them. But now, one thing we did growing up was collect walnuts. That was always fun. You always had to wear gloves because that stuff stains. Oh, they stain. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's the thing I was referencing. The false morel, I think is what it's called. But yeah, walnut trees are all over where I grew up. And to collect them, you basically just put them in plastic bags, and you can take them somewhere to collect, or you can just let them dry over winter. But they have this like inedible fruit around the walnut shell that is like, I don't know how to explain. It's acidic, and it stains your hands for like weeks on end if you don't wear gloves. So you always have to wear gloves to collect them. Yeah. And it's kind of like a pungent smell. But that's why walnuts I think are so expensive, is because they're it's a labor of love. As I know when we did it growing up, we'd actually sell the walnuts to a guy that would like properly sell it to stores and stuff like that. And they had to like establish a certain weight, and it was a lot of work, but it was worth it. Yeah. I still remember my grandma would bake crumbles and pies and cobblers using our fruit, and then like, you know, she put the nuts on top and stuff, and it's just like, wow, like this came straight from our land and our woods, and like there's just something satisfying about that. But I could preach on it all day. I could I could talk about this kind of stuff. I just love it. It's really amazing, like once people start looking around where they live, how much you can really utilize from like right around you. I watch a YouTuber from um oh, he's in the UK. I don't know whereabouts exactly, but he like walks his dog, and along the way he'll forage for um anything edible. So like he walks by, I think it's like a doctor's or dentist office, and they have an ornamental apple tree, and like there's just apples along the sidewalk, and he'll like pick them up and put them in his basket. Then like he'll take his dog to the fields and like pick greens there, and then like return home and make a meal, and it's just like, I don't know. There's something amazing about just being able to make do with everything around you. I just love it. Like even maple trees, like people tapping maple trees for syrup. It's just like that's so cool. Or even like bees and beekeeping, and I just love it. Solo's actually talked about wanting to get into beekeeping. So I was thinking maybe next Christmas I would try and get him a starter kit. But you can't say anything to him. Gotta keep it secret. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know his backstory or anything, but he's definitely very resourceful. And he has some really interesting videos. If you want to look him up, his YouTube is Atomic Shrimp, and he does like budget challenges and teaches you how to forage. Like if you're in the UK, I'm not in the UK, so it doesn't really apply to me exactly, but it's just really interesting, like his video content. But yeah, his name is Atomic Shrimp on the YouTubes. We're starting to get somewhere with this fur, I think. Also, I don't know if I'm having a glitch, but on my Twitch stream that I'm viewing, it says we only have one watcher. But when I go to look at the list of people watching, there's there's several listed. So I don't know exactly how that correlates. But if you're here and you're watching, I appreciate it, and I hope you're having a good day. And if you happen to have any question or comment, feel free to put it in the Twitch chat. And once I see it, I'm happy to reply. So open invitation if you have anything you want to say. Oh, it says 5 for you. Oh, that's so weird. It says 1 for me. That's interesting. When I'm done with this video, I'll have to go back and look at the analytics and see what it says, if it correlates with what I'm seeing now. Because I'm making an effort to try and learn Twitch better. So, like I was saying earlier, I'm hoping to do some emotes soon, because I've gotten some requests for that. And I was also checking out the channel points thing, and I think some of it could be really fun. So, if you happen to have any channel points ideas you'd like me to consider, please please let me know, and I'm happy to take them into consideration. I have a couple that I want to try eventually. So yeah, there's definitely a a learning curve with Switch, but or Twitch, not Switch. I think it'll be worth it. I think it's a lot of fun. Now that's weird too. I told it to not show my mouse, but I'm seeing my mouse on the screen. I wonder if that's a SAI specific thing. That's odd. Oh well. You gotta love figuring it all out. Alright, Rosie is wanting to go outside for a minute. So I will be right back. So see you guys in just a couple minutes. am back. Sorry about that. So I'm covering up the scars for a brief moment, but they will make a return once our fur is all set in place. So if you're wondering and watching, it will not be forgotten. So if you're tuning in, what is the weather like where you live? Here it is sunny, partly cloudy, but not all the way overcast. But tomorrow we're supposed to get storms. So one of my gerbils is moving around his water dish, trying to dig underneath it. That's crazy. Are you excited or are you over the snow? You're done with the snow? It's understandable. I have a feeling we might get like one more snowfall and then spring. I could be wrong, but I just got a hunch. But I am also very much ready for spring. It's been a long, cold winter. Yeah, it's been a bit of a rough winter there. Yeah, I know. Back in, was it January? Like, we had some really brutal temperatures and wind chills. And man, our furnace costs, our gas costs were reflecting that. And we keep our house relatively cool during the winter. Solo is naturally hot-headed. Not hot-headed, but he stays warm very easily. So Like, I think our house is only set at like 66 or 65. I don't remember. So it didn't take too much to get, you know, the temp up to that. But even with that, it was still expensive. Goodness, that gerbil. All of the fur. Oh, I love it. All right. try and find a good background out of my current portfolio of backgrounds. Something that'll really make her white pop. This could be a contender. Let's see. Just a simple mountain landscape. And I can dull it out just a little bit so you can get more color. What do you think, Yang? Is it too much glow? If so, I can always make this. Oh, great. I'm glad you do. I just love glow. So much fun. Making them all shiny and pretty. Okay. Now the insides of her ears and her nose. Would you like her nose dark or like pink? Or just, we can keep the white color too if you prefer. There's a crop duster flying over. About to go dust the field next door. Get some silvery eyes. Okay, I gotcha. So her nose is black and the inside of the ears are darker white, light gray. Okay, thank you. Trying to get that silvery color. There we go. Are her nails and pads also dark? I just want to make sure. Okay. Thank you, Yang. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure because I know some people, you know, when they say entirely white, they mean like everything, like paw pads, claws, everything. So just wanted to double check. And I'm doing just a little bit of a slightly blue toned blackish gray, because I think true black would clash a little bit more with her pelt, but we can always adjust it if we need to. And her claws will be better defined here in just a little bit. Just setting down a little color first. Yeah, of course. That's no problem. Because I know, you know, in your head, you see a certain vision with your character, and I want to make sure this matches. So I want to get started on my duck stamp entry soon, but I'm kind of perplexed at like what I want to do. Like, I don't know if I want to I don't know which species I want to do yet. I don't know like the position I want to put the bird in. And I'd really like some better reference material for the feathers, like super up close reference material. And I've been looking to see if I can get my hands on like a taxidermy duck of the species I want to do, just so I have a better viewpoint. And there's so many duck hunters around here, so hopefully I'll be able to secure something. Yes, duck stamp. Sorry, Mint Poppy. I enjoy the duck stamp contest. Wonder if I should lose this claw. I think that might look a little better. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, every year, gosh, for several decades now, they've been doing a federal duck stamp contest put on by U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. And the artist gets their entry printed on that year's or the following year's duck stamp, which is a required stamp for people that hunt ducks and other migratory and waterfowl species. So it's a big deal. A lot of people enter it, and there's a like last year they live streamed the judging, and it was like so nerve-wracking to see like if your piece even got any vote ins. Like there's usually a panel of I think 4 or 5 judges, and they vote to see if your your ooh, I put that on the wrong layer. Oops. They vote to see if your entry will even get to the second round. And I've entered it. Well, last year was the first time in a long time I've entered it. And I didn't get a single vote to go to the second round, so I feel like I have to redeem myself this year. And hopefully get into the second round. That'd be really nice. Like, there are some tremendously talented waterfowl and wildlife artists that enter. So it's very intimidating, at least for me. But it's a good challenge. There we go. So now we get to work on bringing in some of her scars. Okay. Oh, she's looking so pretty. Yeah. And I don't blame them for wanting like hyper realism, because it does look really good and it looks good for the stamp and it makes it recognizable. But I don't know if I'll be able to enter that kind of work. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna really try and see what I can do. But it's a really good challenge, and there's a lot of really great artists to glean talent and interesting resources from. Just a lot to learn. Okay. Right. Yes, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it is a very like specific type of work that they're looking for. And I don't know if I'm capable of doing that, so it's going to be a challenge, but a welcome one. Okay, so grab this photo again. There we go. So most scars are kind of a pinkish, purpley color. And then we'll go from there and edit it. And then we'll go back in and edit the fur to lay where it needs to around it. thicken up some of these. Look like somebody took a swipe to her nose. Oh, okay. I know you said something about the right side facing out to showcase her scars. So, did you want like larger scars along her right side of the body, the side being displayed? And then there's these two. Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, we can do that. Alright, and she's got scars on her back legs too. She's just all laid up. Alright. So maybe we could have a scar coming here. Her shoulder. Actually, I'm going to do that a little bit different. And go with the contour of her shoulder there. Maybe some on her back. Maybe this one's a little thicker. She got gashed a little deeper here. I don't want it to look like stripes. Let me redo that. Make this just a little smaller. There we go. Maybe she's got some nicks. There. And then the key, what I've found to making scars look like they're embedded in the fur is actually drawing little fur tufts that partially cover it. So that's what I'll do next, and hopefully it'll make sense. She's been in a number of fights. Yeah. She sounds like a warrior. Alright. So now, make a version of this to play with. Let's copy this layer too. Okay. we can lower the opacity of the red, or lower the saturation of the red to kind of make it look like older. Then merge it down, and now we come in. So right where her scars meet the edge of her body, be divoted just slightly. I'm going to have to go back and fix the glow, but that's okay. Kind of divoted, a little white. Let me blur it out. So little hairs come up over this. Little hairs. It just kind of helps the scar feel like it's beneath the fur instead of just sitting on top of it. I hope that makes sense for anybody listening in. Bring in some of these. This is also why I tend to draw my scars just a little bit thicker, because part of it inevitably ends up being covered by this little bit of fur. Like that. You like scars on white fur? Me too. I think it's appealing. Like just the stark contrast. This one's so close to the eye here. Let me see if I can. There we go. All these tiny little fur bits covering it. There. And she's got the one on the bridge of her nose. Okay. Ooh, she's looking good. All scarred up. Oh, thank you, Yang. I'm glad you like them. I know you said silver, so I was trying to really capture that. Okay, let's put in her lotus flower and her wisteria flowers and her beautiful necklace. I forgot to draw the wisteria flowers on her reference sheet, but I think we'll be just fine. I think it'll turn out just fine. Because we can add them now. Okay. Just gonna dull that. There we go. Solo and I actually just started watching a show called The White Lotus, and it reminded me of that. Like, we just started episode 1 and 2 last night, and we're both not sure about it. Like, it's interesting, but we don't know if it'll be worth continuing. Oh, Yang, I hope you are liking the lotus flowers. I know the white ones have this kind of yellowy tinge to the middle. So, oh, awesome, awesome. And then we'll hang her wisteria from that. Ooh, look at that. She's so pretty. What I might do, let me see really quick. Just so they stick out from her body just a little bit more, I might bring in a little bit of this gray hue beneath the flowers. Just a little bit, so they stick out. But not too much. Just where there'd be some shadow. Like that. See, like without the shadow, I think it almost blends in with the fur, but with that little bit of shadow, it kind of just pop. Yeah, there we go. Actually, I might, okay. There. Isolate them just a bit. Yeah. All right. The necklace. Did you want it the same color of rose gold, or did you have a preference? I know the pendant is supposed to be yin and yang, which I can totally do. But I didn't know if you had a color in mind for the chain. Oh yeah, we can do that. That's a good idea. Add just a little bit of a highlight to her gold chain, yellowy gold. There we go. Yeah, it's a great idea, Yang. Oh, she's coming together. Look at her. So pretty. So now we need to add our wisteria. Okay, that's what the layer was. I hate that when I try and try and find a layer and I just can't find it. Wait a second. Where did it go? Okay. There it is. Okay. So there's her jewelry so far. Now to add, there we go. Copy. Oh my. Big image. Oh. Well, thank you, Yang. She's scarred but still looks pretty and gentle. Oh. And thank you, Mint Poppy. Y'all are too kind. It kind of has these little tendrils. And I'll go back in and edit in the detail. So they're on this little greenish brown vine. bit darker underneath the lotus flowers. So I'm gonna make it like that. Oop. There we go. So now they don't just stick straight out. They kind of look like they're beneath there. At the top. And just a little sliver yellow. And I think that'll really tie it in. This little sliver of yellow will tie it in with the lotus flowers too. Okay, I feel like I need to add a little bit more of the white. Yeah. There we go. There. Perfect. Would it be okay if you drew the wisteria flowers on the left up a bit more behind? Yeah, I can do that. So what I can do, if I do it right, I can actually just drag them up like that. How's that? I can move them further up if we need to. Bring these in a little bit more. There. Awesome. Okay. So let's see where we're at here. Alright, I think she's looking really good. I'm gonna save and send you this VA. You can let me know if there's anything else you'd like added or changed. Alright. So it should be headed your way. Oh, I'm so glad you love her. I'm debating adding a little bit different, well, not a different background, but a little bit of a darker color to the background so we can appreciate her glow a little more. So something like that maybe. Where you can still see the mountains and stuff, but she's very glowy. Oh, yeah, I can add Lily of the Valley. I don't remember where you had said that in the description where you wanted it. Let me go reread. My head gets like confused on commissions. Like I'll accidentally like think of two different traits from different commissions and then like put them together in my brain, and it's just, yeah. Okay. Lily of the Valley flowers. Okay. Yes, I can do that. Let me look those up really quick so I can. Images. Ooh, they're so cute. Oh, I love them. They look like little cups. Okay. So there's our Lily of the Valley reference. So I was thinking with those, if we wanted to. Okay. We could, ooh, that's big. We could make the little stems come out from behind the lotus flowers. And of course we can totally change this if it doesn't work, but something like this. And then she'll have her little dangly Lily of the Valley flowers. Oh, yeah, I totally understand. It's symbolic to her backstory. They believe that the souls of the departed. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. There's just something special about symbolism when it comes to our characters. I especially love symbolism concerning like the afterlife and what happens to our dead, and as it gives you pause and makes you think. Yeah. Oh, they're the tiniest little. I love it. Look at that. Oh, it's so cute. Ah, I love it. This one's not totally ripe yet. Oh, she highly treasures the Lily of the Valley flowers. That's awesome. Yeah, Solo and I were talking about that the other night. How our society is a lot more removed from death and the death process than a lot of our ancestors were. Like we were, he's Irish Native American mix, and we were listening to some of the Irish songs that he grew up singing, and one of them talks about a wake, and we were talking about how that used to be all done in the home. Like the family would prepare the body and have the wake, and it's just something that has been lost to time. And it's just kind of interesting how different society treats death now compared to what our ancestors would have encountered long ago. Like, our ancestors had to be a lot more intimate with death than we do today. And it's just kind of fascinating how things have changed. Oh, look at that. Oh, I love it. If we want to, we might be able to get maybe another little sprig. Something like this. And if it's a little too green, I can lower the saturation just a bit. Kind of help with that. There we go. That way it's not competing with her beautiful glow. Alright. Ooh, look at her. I love it. I love her eyes. I love silver eyes. I think silver is a beautiful eye color. Okay. I'm going to send you an updated copy, Yang, for you to review. I hear you, bud. Sure. Yeah, I can make them hang. That's no problem. Okay. Let me go back and edit that. So if we want to see the little tiny white flowers, I'm going to have to probably put in some more of that darker gray to make them pop against the pelt. Let me see. Or I can kind of have them sticking out away from the body but still hanging like that. Oh, okay. Awesome. Let me see. There we go. I'm going to up the contrast just a little bit so we can see them a little better. And then because there would be a shadow underneath the bulk of these flowers, so it would make sense that you get a little bit of this darker gray. Yeah. How is that looking? And I can add more of them if you like. It's totally up to you. So if we wanted to add more, let's see how that would. Let me see too, if I put them on the top, they pop a little bit better. Sure, yeah, I can add more wisteria. Oh, you just like, okay, the 2 pieces of lily belly. Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to go back in and add some more of the wisteria. Oh, excuse me. I know, buddy. It's your feeding time soon. He always gets excited about food. There we go. And just a little more contrast. There. Alright, I'm going to make you another edit and send it your way so you can have a good review. Oh, I'm so glad you like it so far. It makes me happy. Okay. I love her simple, solid, glowy white body. Oh, well, thank you. I'm so glad you like it. Okay, I'm going to... I know, bud. It's your feed time. I'm going to make these files. And, that was weird. It was saying my webcam was on. How odd. But, anyway, I'm going to make these files and send them to you, Yang, within, I don't know, the next 10 minutes or so. So, thank you so much for commissioning me and for hanging out. And this will eventually be up on YouTube, probably tomorrow or in the next few days. So, yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. So I will get those files to you very shortly. But I'm gonna end the stream here. So thank you all for hanging out and for watching this process. So I will catch you tomorrow. I'll be working on the Parrot set tomorrow. So I may end up doing another design today. I don't know. It's getting a little late in the day. But all right, take care, guys. Bye.